Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to paint different floral borders. So these are basically related to Christmas, so we are going to add multiple Christmas element into it, and I'm using this size 02 round brush. This is on the smaller side, but you can choose any brush based on your comfort. So I'm using this lemon yellow color. I'm trying to create a nice green shade, so mixing cobalt blue into it to have a nice green color. You can mix little bit of red into it to get little extra dark touch into the green. Now with this particular color we are going to paint our border. So first I'm going to start with the simple leaf. So I'm creating this teardrop kind of shape for the leaf. So for this particular leaf, what you can do is you can start from one point and then you can drag your brush on the upward direction and return back to the same point again. Now this is one way to paint these kind of leaves. I'm using one stroke technique wherein you can paint this kind of leaf easily with one single stroke. But if you're not comfortable doing it, draw a line for yourself with the help of green color, create a basic leaf shape and then fill it. That is also fine to do. But one stroke technique is very simple to paint and easy technique. So if you want, you can definitely refer to my previous video wherein I have explained about one stroke leaves in a detailed manner. And you can also get a link into my description section. Now with the help of green color itself, I have created a middle string. I have connected all these elements together, and with the help of red color you can create few berries. So for the berries you don't have to do much, just create small circles like these. And because these are on the loose side, so we are not doing anything much, just create small circle, but keep small negative space in between. So if that is something you can do, that is better to have, because in that particular way you can get a shiny area, which is very important, especially when it comes to the fruits and all. So something like this I have created. For each group of leaves I have 2 to 3 berries into it. I'm going to keep every border simple and easy, and you can do it quickly. So either you can utilize all these borders for the border purpose, or you can create it in a circle to create a wreath kind of structure as well. Now I have mixed little bit of more blue into my existing green, making it more towards the blue side and little different as compared to the previous green, as you can see. And I'm creating 2 strokes leaves like this. So these are little bigger in size and small negative space in between. So when I'm connecting these 2 strokes together, I'm leaving a small negative space. So that is something I like to do, that's why I'm doing it. Although these things are totally up to you, you can do your own modification, you can have your own kind of leaf, you can have your own color combination, totally up to you. This is just an idea for you guys how you can do all these things easily with some easy and simple technique. Now I'm almost done with the first border. I'm thinking to have small yellow flowers in between, so I'm doing just some spiral kind of pattern and creating small flowers with the help of yellow color. And that's all we needed for this one. We are done with this particular border. Now let's do the another one. So I'm mixing more yellow into my green, making it little different as compared to the previous one. I'm also mixing a little bit of red into it. Now with this particular green color you can create pine leaves. So for that you can create a string like this. You can have some nodes in between, and around that particular node you can have multiple spikes. So these spikes could be a little longer, smaller. So basically you need to do something like this throughout the string that you have created, and you need to make it little bushier so that we can have a leaf kind of pattern. So this is how we have created this particular leaf. Now you can change the direction. So this time I'm keeping my leaf more tilted towards right side, and the facing of the leaf is towards the left side. And likewise you can arrange this leaf throughout the border that you have. So I'm going to paint one more leaf with similar process. So I'm repeating the exactly same thing, nothing fancy as such, No extra thing I am doing, just repeating what we did for the first leaf. So let's create one more pine leaf here, and that's all about pine leaf for this particular border, and we are going to switch into the next element for this border. Now once done with the leaf, you can have a nice brown shade mixing all the three primary colors together, and then we are going to create pine cone. So these pine cone are very much on the loose side, so you don't have to do much. You can just create some pattern like these one after another, and you can create a conical kind of shape so that we can have an idea of pine cone, although it is very on the loose side as I said. So you don't have to do much. You just need to create a leaf kind of shape and arrange it one by one after another, something like this, and that's all needed for this particular element. And likewise I have created two in between the pine leaves that we have. So first you can start with the lighter shade, and then you can have little darker shade around each sections that you have created. Now let's add few more elements. So now with the help of little vibrant green color, which is already I have in my palette, I'm creating a leaf kind of shape. This time very simple leaf, nothing fancy. These are one stroke leaf. You just need to push your brush a little bit and move your brush into a particular angle so that you can get a leaf kind of shape. So that's all we needed to paint these kind of leaves that we have. And where you can place these leaves is totally up to you, depend on what kind of composition you needed. And you can also look after the symmetricity throughout the border that you have. So if you feel like you have a space in a particular area, you can add more element into that particular area to get little symmetricity. So likewise I have added multiple leaves with this particular color, and we are almost done with this particular border as well. As I said, I want to keep things simple, but because these are the Christmas borders, I think we should have something which is more towards the red side because we already have green into it. So let's add red flowers. So again, not anything fancy, just a spiral kind of structure you can create to have red flowers in here. And we are done with the second border as well. Now let's start with the third one. So for this one I'm using very diluted and light color of gray. So you need to keep it very light so that we can make it look like these are the white flowers that we have. Flowers are pretty simple. You can create 5 petals in a round shape, keeping a small negative space in between to create the center part of the flower. So these are basically, you can consider as hawthorn flower, and throughout the border you can paint these kind of flowers. I am creating these flowers because I want to relate all these borders with the Christmas, and hawthorn is the December month flower. And in between I have added lighter shade of green color to create the center part of the flower, and few sepals are also visible in between the petals. So lighter green shade in between these petals. Now we are going to create berries as well. So what we did in the first border, similarly we can repeat the same thing here as well with the help of red color. And I want to have little different shade as well, so I'm adding one more berry with the help of orange color. So one red berry and one orange berry. So likewise you can do your own stuff. You can have different kind of element all together. You can place some gifts in between, or you can create some candies. So these things are totally up to you how you like to compose. And then connect everything together with the help of green color itself, creating the middle string, and connect all the berries and flowers together, and you can have a border kind of pattern like this. So these are the main element. Now let's have some leaves in between. So I'm adding green leaves. Again, what we did with the previous border that we have, similar thing we are creating here as well. Simple leaves here and there based on where you can keep these leaves to have little symmetricity over the border. And see how simple this is to paint and how easy it is, right? So you can definitely create a wreath kind of pattern as well, and you can convert this into a beautiful greeting card for this Christmas. That is also something you can do. So we are done with the 3 borders. Now let's do the last one. So for the last one, I'm using this vibrant red color, and I'm going to create some flowers here. So flowers are pretty simple. I'm creating 3 petals, but only in one direction. So this time I'm creating flowers like this. So 3 petals, you can assume these are the side perspective flowers. So that is why we are able to see only 3 petals. Something like that you can assume. And you can create these flowers throughout. And once done with the flowers, with the help of red color or orangish red color, you can say, you can have a green color or you can have brown color maybe, and you can create sepals at the base of these flowers. So I'm creating 2 green element like this, replicating a sepal kind of pattern. Now with the help of green color, connect everything together. This is the common step that we are repeating for all the borders that we have. So once done with this, these are the main element. Now with the help of brownish kind of color, this is green color itself but more towards the brown side, and then you can have little longer leaf for this particular border. So basically this is not a rule, but I have not covered longer leaves, so for this particular border I am creating little longer leaves. So likewise you can add leaves like this with little different shade. Now you can have green color, so I'm using darker green color this time, creating some vine kind of pattern in between, creating some leaf kind of pattern. You can have different kind of leaf altogether. So creating some spiral kind of structure, some vine kind of pattern and leaf for this one to finish. And we are done with all the 4 borders that we have. All the 4 borders are pretty much simple and easy to paint. And likewise you can create many more floral borders, keeping flowers different, leaf different. So those things you can definitely do. And we are done with today's video. Hope you have liked this video, and thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next video.